We'll have a 7-minute pitch and then a 3-minute Q&A. Some of the timer, it's 10 minutes. Thanks for having us. Thank you.
잘했어요. 소리만 체크했어요. 소리는 오디오는 되는데 좀 잘은 안 들려요.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Juan. I'm CEO of Elva. I'm very happy to be presenting our video collaboration platform called YouViCo. Here is Steve. He is content director. His job is making content and receive a lot of different feedback from his different clients. And she is Emma. She is marketing team leader. And her job is making feedback to creator like Steve. And this is the point. It is very hard to describe what she imagines. So she always capture the video content and make a presentation document. And she make the note or comment, leave the comments, and make a drawing feedback on the document. And she send this document to her collaborator via the Slack or WhatsApp or mail. So here is the example of that document. It is very hard to understand, and it takes a lot of time to make this kind of document. This problem is increasing a lot of cost and time and reduce a lot of revenue. But there are countless platforms to solve this problem. But all of the platforms are scattered, not unified, so it doesn't help. That's why we started YouViCo. We solved this problem very easily. You can draw what you're imagining directly on the screen and then leave the comment. That's it. Here's the demo. You can just stop what you want and leave the drawing feedback directly on the screen and leave the comments with this drawing feedback. It's much helpful to describe what you're imagining. And you can send this link to your collaborator. And this is not the end. We have an AI feature. This AI adjusted like your video based on your feedback. So if you want to put the hat on it, you can draw it and leave the comments. And we have a lot. And if you want to change this man to blonde, and that is very simple. You just drawing and make comments and you click the AI button. And we achieve over the 90% of accuracy. And we have a lot of features in AI. We have object removal and object generation and object replacement. It is very easy to adjust your content. And here is my go-to-market strategy. Nowadays, a lot of content are based on social media. So you can just copy your content link and paste on YouViCo. That's it. You can make collaborate in YouViCo. And you can receive notification via the Slack very easily. And it means you don't have to your original workspace, and we can add on it. Actually, we are based on content creation. We have over the 50 YouTube channels, and we already gathered over the 2.35 million subscribers, and we already made 10,000 contents before. And we also producing streaming content and brand content too. That's why we fully understand this vertical and problem this vertical. Yeah, we just started with closed beta last year, June last year. Without any marketing and promotion, we gathered over the 1,700 users right now. And this data prove that we satisfied our users and we are practically solve this problem. And here's my global partner. We have a lot of partnership here and we're growing together. My business model here, we are basically based on subscription model and we also support with B2B SaaS customized model too. As you know, the content creation market are getting faster, growing faster, and getting bigger. And our market is very competitive. And my competitor are not supposed to support with AI feature and social media connection, but we do, and we are much cheaper than our competitor. My background is AI engineering and content creation. My fellows and coworkers are also also background as me. So that's why I believe that my team is the best team to solve this problem. If you want more information about my platform, just scan this QR code. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Juan, for the presentation. I had a question about the other large models out there like Nano Banana from Google and ChatGPT and Sora. How do you think about the competitive landscape and how you can differentiate from a lot of these very, very well-funded companies with large distribution engines already?
Yeah, Nano Banana and ChatGPT are very good engines. And we have a lot of features here with AI. And some features use that model too. So we're same ecosystem, I think. And then this is the topic. If you everyone, I believe that everyone made AI generated video or image, right? But it is not perfect. It is the limit of text. You can explain what you imagine. So you have to adjust your content with this AI specifically. That's why I think is a very, very big pro of my AI service, I think.
I really like the simplicity of this. The last few weeks I've done multiple images and got pretty doggone frustrated. Even when I asked Chat to create the world-class prompt necessary to create these images, it still didn't get it. It's simplicity here, I think, is elegant. Very, very well done from that perspective. The point that Kevin was making, how do you think that you can break into the market and really expand out your presence and your ease of use?
Yeah, I can approach the market because we have a lot of YouTube channels. So we use it and we made a lot of advertised document with content. So we approach to the big brand and big company in South Korea already. And some companies use this tool already. So I think we are the expert of advertising and marketing, especially because we have a lot of content and we have a lot of channels and we can make very funny and good content. So I can approach it that way.
Do you see this more as a standalone, or is it something that can be, do you see it more in like a partnership vein where it becomes a feature of other existing platforms?
Yeah, in this morning we made a contract with MOU with the name of XLA. That company making subtitle, translate subtitle with Netflix. So we want to make add-on feature with another partners with, for example, XLA with translate and making subtitle with the content. And then we made another MOU contract with music adjustment AI. So you can maybe 6 months later you can adjust the music or background music with this platform. And already we are making conversation and discuss about with TikTok and Instagram because we are very easy to add on your social media content on our platform. So we're keep making conversation with this kind of global partners here. With him.
I was going to say, I think the YouTube and influence social media channels that you have are a very valuable resource. I think unsolicited advice that I would actually have is it could almost be a business where you create really great interesting AI content, and the business is really like a media company, right? Because I'm sure you've heard of like Mr. Beast, and there's a lot of huge YouTubers, other influencers out there, that could actually be a very, very good way for you to build an amazing business model, and you control the content, and you are able to put out great stuff because of your technology. And so it becomes a bit of a flywheel for everything, including the tech product, but also your content, which you control and can put a lot of work into that. So that's another piece of advice, potential, ideas out there to pursue.
Okay, thank you so much. Other questions here? That's it. Okay, thank you for listening. Please contact me with this card later. Yeah, please.